think I'm back. I think the audio's working. Let me check. Let me delete my last one and then upload this one in a second here. The broken one. Holy, that was an absolute headache. Alright, this it should be good. I'm just going to do this here. Over on my desktop. Test. Test. Music's a little bit loud. Let me turn this down, and then we'll get underway. Oh, sorry, not the audio input capture aids. Right now, the audio application capture. All right, I think that's about good there. Let me just listen for one more second here. You know what? The input device is wrong. So let's try one more try. Test, 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 test. Test, test. All right, we're back. Holy. What an absolute headache, man. Everything was just hooped. I don't know, audio was hooped, everything was screwed up. Well, there goes about half an hour painting time tonight, but that's fine. 20 minutes or something, that's all right, we'll get a little bit done. I was working on these last week. I was working on the flames, and they were coming along pretty good, so I'm gonna keep doing that. I got to do a lot of flames, a lot more blends on these, so I'm just going to work on that tonight real quick, and then I'll do more base coats. You know what, maybe I'll do the base coats. We'll see. Yeah, I'll finish base coating all this, I'll finish base coating all these slats on the wings. God damn, I hate the OBS just like randomly screws up, and I don't even know why. It's crazy. Let me make sure the music's still running too here. Seems fine now, so I got no idea what that was. It's a Monday and everything's messed up. And I'm thoroughly tangled in wires here. The whole setup just decides to implode on itself. Always a great start to the week. As much red and orange as I can here. I think I'm basically gonna do all these slats on these guys' wings, and then I'm gonna carry on. Hi, welcome back. A little bit more orange there before. All right, getting them paint mixed up, getting everything underway. We're working, we're going, we're cooking. Just stirring up some paint over here, sorry. I'm intently focused on the palette over here while I stir up all this paint. Need to just get one more little drop of red in there. Gotta get the colors right. Having the right colors, that's the most important thing here, you know? the right mixture of paint. Little bit more red here, and then we'll be able to carry on. Yeah, that's a nice red color. All right, beautiful. So. Man, well, the stream's gonna be cut short a little tonight on account of the stupid audio issues. Cut short on the front end. Still probably go for another hour or something like that. Okay, well, it turns out this is a lot harder to paint than the other one. It seems like so hard to hold sometimes. These tall, skinny guys. Alright, bit of a bumpy start, but we're finally underway here. Gonna get as much progress as I can. Go through every single one of these wing slats, and it is gonna take a long time, so I might actually get a slightly bigger brush here to do this to start. I got a lot of paint in this brush apparently, which I was unaware of. I'm really gonna try and focus on keeping not only in frame but also keeping the picture clear, because I was editing some videos. I got some videos coming out pretty soon. I was doing some video editing over the weekend, and I really noticed that a lot of my footage is blurry, and blurry painting footage is no good for doing like guides and stuff like that. So. And then I realized that probably all the videos I ever made had a lot of blurry footage in them, but that's a totally different issue. Too late to solve that issue at this point. Anyway, for now we're just gonna get these nice dark red slats going, or wing segments or feathers, like metallic feathers or metal feathers. They're gonna be like a hot metal. We're gonna get these underway, get them all base coated, and then we can carry on finishing off the blends on the fire. Oh, Jesus. Slowly but surely work our way through this project. I don't know why. Okay, I gotta switch brushes. Something going on with this brush. I don't like the feel of this brush today. Maybe it needs to be washed, maybe it needs to be cleaned. It's got like a little bit of gunked up paint in it. I'm gonna switch brushes. The tip is just not working the way I want it to. I think I'm just gonna wash it real quick. Sometimes a brush, you just get like some sus vibes from a brush, and you gotta pretty much just wash the brush right away and then let it sit overnight. Give the brush some time to think about what it's done, think about its actions, and make better choices in the future. Oh, look at that, yeah, that brush is like totally gunked up. I must have not washed it properly at the end of my last painting session. That's the only thing I can think. Holy, look how much red is coming out of that. What have I done? What was I doing? I did nothing. I didn't even bother washing it, apparently. This is like it's gonna take 2 or 3 passes here. Evidently, this brush has not been maintained properly. Through no fault of my own, of course. It just an unfortunate circumstance. Sometimes a brush just doesn't get washed, you know? It's really more of like a natural disaster type situation. Nobody could have avoided this brush getting clogged with paint. Alright. Wash that brush. Let it sit. Carry on. With the better, more cooperative brush of the same size. Actually, you know, even this brush is no good. God damn it, what is going on with these brushes? These size 2 brushes are just, they're really not cooperating with me tonight, so I'm gonna just switch to like some kind of cheap synthetic brush. I think it's more that I'm just trying to do like something that requires a bit of a fatter brush than what I'm using. Let me just like, let me just grab a good base coating brush like this one. I like this one if I'm doing some big base coat stuff like that. That's like a good thick brush. The tip on those other brushes are just too thin. Not cooperating. Not holding enough paint. Yeah, way better. Way better. I don't really know what happened. I was planning on doing a bunch of painting this weekend, like off-stream painting, and the weekend just flew by and vanished, and I didn't get anything done. Wholly unproductive weekend for the most part on the painting front. I had all these plans. I did some video editing on the weekend, but no actual painting, and then, I don't know. The weekends are too short. Realistically, we should all be like lobbying our governments for longer weekends. I'm a big fan of possible 4, 5, even 6-day weekends, honestly. I really think they were right when they said nobody wants to work anymore. I don't want to work anymore. Working sucks ass. Who wants to work? Working was a scam right from the start. And even more so in this day and age when we have like insane farming and AI and all sorts of crazy stuff. Absolutely wild. Government should be paying for everything. Whoever came up with the idea and sold people on the idea that getting government handouts is a bad thing, man, they were working against us. It was an inside job the whole time, you know? Because goddamn, if we get some universal basic income, I would love a little hoot of universal basic income now and then, myself. I've been voting for whoever's gonna bring down the UBI hammer for like 10 years now, and it still ain't happened yet. That is how a rant about weekends being too short turns into a discussion on universal basic income. Okay, those are looking all right. Let's start with that. Carry on, do a little bit more updates on those a little bit more. Let's go on this side now. A little bit later, I'll break out the smaller brush and clean up some of those edges. So we're doing the same thing over here. Basically just get these base coats down on these inner parts of the wings. That'll be some pretty good progress. I think I'll just do like the inner parts here like this. This is like the real hot little part here. See how that is. Whew. soon as I got the gas in the tank to edit a couple more videos. I'm trying to like bulk edit stuff now, where I'll do like a bunch of videos at once for like actual video editing, but so far even that has been a bit of a slow process. Alright, I'm getting faster at this. The grip is easier on this side of the model too. certain angles are hard to hold the model at. I'm gonna go as quickly as I can, because I want to get this whole base coat on both models, both of the remaining models done tonight. Oh, I missed one of these little wing bits here. 1 second. Missed this one here. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Ah, you know what? I'll just fix that later. That's fine. I don't even care. I'll fix that one later. I think I'm doing a better job keeping the model in focus today, though. I was slicing... Oh, yeah, that's how I got started on that whole rant. I was slicing down footage for video on squigs, on the squigs I painted the other day, and I realized that literally 90% of it was out of focus. I'm like, damn, did I actually paint like for 3.5, 4 hours on stream and not even realize that the entire thing was out of focus? Literally crazy. What was I doing? Guess I just never actually look at the monitor footage when I'm like, or whatever it is, the monitor window, when I'm streaming. Do be like that sometimes, however. Sometimes 3 full days of streams are out of focus. True is a thought that counts. People get a video with blurry models, and that's basically it. And I'll just make up for it by taking some nice pictures. Maybe that's what I'll do. This time I'm trying to get it in focus though. I'm still not even sure if the scheme that I'm going for on these wings is gonna work, but I think so far it will. The fire will work, the molten metal in the wing slats, we'll see. I think they will. I got a good feeling about it so far. There we go. That'll start to dry up. I can clean these up a little bit more with the small brush. This is the first time I've done like lots of molten metal and stuff before, but this is the first time I've done it on such a big area. So I'm hoping that it's gonna work. I'm following a scheme that I use for like molten hammers. I do like molten hammers and swords occasionally on models, and like a lot of like molten type weapons, but I've never done it on like a big wide area like this. So. It's usually on little small bits and stuff, so it's easy to conceptualize. All right, coming around to the front side of this one. Yeah, thanks, dude. Just hoping it turns out, basically. Working my way around here. I'll have to clean these up a little bit once they're dry. Yeah, it'll need a little bit of cleanup, but so far it's come together. Oh, that's not even the camera. Oh no, I totally screwed up the angle the camera's at. There we go. Go along the top there and then work our way out. Whew. Be a fast way to do this, right? If I just do the highest point, the point along the edge there, and then I come bust out a smaller brush and just work my way out. Maybe that'll be faster than doing each one individually. Painting in bulk here. There we go, there's one, there's two. Yeah, 1, 2. Dibby bop right here. Skadoop. Okay. Yeah, I got a somewhat sizable army. I'm not at 2,000 points yet, unless I were to use every hero, but I don't think you can use every hero in an army. Let me turn the light off 1 second. There we go. There's the Stormcast army there in the display case. So I got a couple units of Annihilators in the back. I got some old stuff that got deprecated that I'll probably just try and squeeze in at some point. But they'll all sort of follow in this Knights Excelsior color scheme. Put this light back on here. There we go. I think that's like maybe 1,500 points or something. It's probably 2,000 if you count every single hero, but I don't think you use every hero in an actual army list. Let's turn this guy around. What do I do? How do I hold this? What angle do I hold this at? That's awkward. Okay. I think that's right there. Back here, go up here. Yeah, this is a way faster way to do this. Okay, this time I'm gonna do this. From here on, I'm gonna do this, and then I'll just finish off each one with a slightly smaller, more precise brush. Ooh, this is awkward. Quite awkward. There we go. Big brush first, then small brush. Painted by brush size here. Go with that. Okay. Okay, I'll do the other wings on this guy here, and then I'll go back and I'll just finish those off with the smaller brush. I think that's the angle I'm going for today. Just in the interest of saving time. And also not making too many mistakes while I do this. Basically just run over the whole thing like this. This is a way better angle for getting these done quickly. After I get all my Stormcast painted, I like to do either probably Gloom Spike Gits or Siege. I have a lot of Skaven to paint from Skaven side, so I'm gonna do the Skaven just to get like the spearhead done and that base of an army. So I do gotta do Skaven. I want to do Siege at some point, and Gloom Spike Gits. Those are like the main ones I want to do. As well as just, I got a lot of Underworld's Warbands and stuff that I want to get and paint, and I have some that are unpainted that are just hanging around. So Underworld's Warbands, Skaven, Siege, and Gloom Spikes probably. I like how the Stormcast are not fast. I'm probably gonna be taking breaks to do Skaven. Once I finish this unit, I may do some Skaven because I really want to get my Skaven Spearhead done and start getting some games in with these models, if possible. Man, this is awkward. There we go. Okay. That's a better angle to hold this at. Something like that. Get up there. Okay, okay. Honestly, there's so many cool AOS armies. It's really hard to say like, oh yeah, like I only want to do this and this and this too. Like, realistically, given unlimited time and resources, I mean, why not have one of every army? But unfortunately, I can't paint 8 hours a day. Right now, I've just been so busy with work and stuff like that, and also just trying to get videos edited and stuff. I'm not even painting 5 days a week right now, which I should be, or like 7 days a week. Should be painting more on weekends. Alright, coming together there, just this here, I gotta touch this up here, let's get that. Alright, cool. We come around the front side, which is not even gonna be that easy to paint either. Votann, I really like Votann. Votann's a cool army. Hit him with the rock and stone, you know? Corn and AOS isn't bad. Orc and Skaven. Yeah, you're doing Iron Jaws, right? For me, if I ever go back to 40k, it's going to be Emperor's Children again. Straight back to it. Straight back to Emperor's Children. Now they got these new models out. This is like a really tricky spot to paint. I'm gonna have to just bring up a small brush for this one. I think I'll just come along the edge here and then bring up a small brush to this inner part. Oh yeah, there we go. Evil Sons, all right on. Is that the yellow, like the yellow armor, yellow plate orcs? I don't know the orc factions too well. Oh yeah, I like the yellow. Oh, you're doing 40k orcs. Sorry, I was thinking Iron Jaws AOS orcs. Cool. I think the default theme for Iron Jaws is yellow in AOS, so I really like the yellow. There's a yellow armor 40k orc faction. It's a good choice. I like to do some yellow armor at some point. I know it's like tedious. It's like white. White armor is really tedious. I've heard yellow armor is tedious too, but I think it just looks really cool. Where did it go? I actually put a glob of, there it is. Put a glob of the red that I'm using here. Let's rinse that off real quick. Really? You're not into the squigs? Maybe for 40k? Yeah. I haven't seen, I really don't know much about the 40k orc factions and stuff like that. I haven't seen a lot of the models, like squig models and stuff like that, but I really like the Gloomspite squigs in AOS. But that's more of a goblin type army, not necessarily an orc army. Alright, let's go there. Okay. Time to break out the smaller brush. Okay, yeah. I'll have to take a look at the 40k. I literally haven't looked at 40k orcs for like years, so I don't know what the models are like. I don't know what they have. I don't know what their squigs are like. That is true. That is true. You would want to take the war bike for sure. Hard to go wrong with a war bike. Alright, let's start working on these now. I can't argue with the war bike angle there for sure. Whew. This is a struggle. I think all this dark red on here without screwing up the regular flames that I've already painted. Even though they can need a little bit more work anyway, so I'm trying to avoid getting them too messed up while I do this. Let's go with that. There we go, it's not that nice. Man, these wings are like a project in and of themselves. It's crazy. They're just so like big and detailed. I don't know. Normally I would have probably lost my motivation to keep painting these guys by now and like switch to an Underworld's warband, but I'm determined to get these done. I almost did. I painted a couple squigs last week or the week before, I can't remember, but I managed to rein it back in. We're gonna finish these prosecutors before I go to any other Underworld's warbands. At the very least, I'm gonna finish the wings. Yeah, they're just like really big. The model themselves are kind of small. Like this is not a big Stormcast mod, like the guy himself, but the wings are just freaking enormous. It's a lot on them. There we go. All right, sounds good, dude. Thanks for stopping by. It's good chatting. Have a good one. These are gonna need one or two more layers to smooth out these two. The blends are not super smooth yet, but they're getting it. The other one is looking better than the first one I did, but that's because he's one layer ahead of these ones. definitely got a little bit of water on that one. A little bit of paint on that. I had to rinse it up. There we go. My paint's getting pretty watery here. I think I'm gonna have to mix up a new batch. My wet palette in general is getting a little watery. Every time to swap out the parchment, it's getting a little too saturated. Quite wet. I actually think I probably need to just get new parchment. The parchment I've been using is kind of thin. That's a little too much water into the paint and it thins out too quickly. I basically don't even need to add like my own moisture to it. It's so saturated from the palette itself, which I don't really like. I like to be able to thin my paint out at my own pace with the amount of moisture that I like. I don't want my wet palette to be like totally saturating the paint. Just makes it hard to control the consistency. I like a bit of a drier wet palette. Sorry if this isn't in the frame. I just realized I missed a part on these little wings, so I gotta go back and just crack it up. There we go. Alright, let's mix it a little bit more paint there. Maybe I'll just put one drop of red in here and see actually, because I have a little bit of brown and orange out already. There we go. Let's see how that is. Mix that up. Okay, not too bad. All right. Very good, very good. Nice and thick-ish. These are thin paints anyways. Frickin' Pro Acryl. Good paint, but very thin. Comes out thin by default and then gets even thinner when you put it on a wet palette. Then if you add any moisture or mediums to it or anything like that, then it gets really thin. Just get the other brush. The points on these number 2 brushes sometimes get legitimately thinner than like the micro brushes, like the zeros and stuff like that. Alright. Rolling back here. Each little part of the wing. Gonna get through it pretty quick here now. This was definitely the approach that's working out the best, was to do the upper part with the big brush and the lower parts with the small brush and just clean it up. Clean up all the edges with the tiny brush. Alright, that's the outside. Bring it around to the inside. Ooh, it never ends. Crazy how much paint this takes too. It's a lot of base coating. Hopefully that once the base coating's done and everything's kind of like just down to the blending and the layering and the glazing and all that stuff, hopefully it'll be quicker. As the layers get smaller, the painting gets quicker normally. Whew. Just a little bit in here. I don't know how to get in there. It's kind of tricky, but I think let's do that. Just fill that whole thing up with a little bit of dark red and hopefully don't screw up all the gold around it. Perfect. Damn, that turned out way better than I thought it would. Hell yeah. Let's go. I really don't know how I'm supposed to do these faster. I feel like there has to be a way, but I haven't come up with one yet. as of yet, I have not found a way to do this any faster. So that's a little bit unlucky. Just get in here. Got all these little doodles here. These ones did come a little bit faster though. Than the last ones. Alright, look at that. Hey, look at that. Not too bad. Not too bad. Sick. Alright. Boom. These don't need to be too crazy. That's just a base coat because I'm going to start blending these up at some point. And actually, sometimes it's a little bit better if they're a little bit rougher. Where you're doing like glowing metal, because there's a lot of like varieties and like texture and stuff like that when metal is hot and glowing. You actually want patches to be darker and lighter because there's like, I don't know if it's true, but there's like convection currents and stuff in metal. Maybe. I know there's convection currents in lava. I'm assuming there's convection currents in metal where like heat comes to the surface and then cools and then goes back down to the center. I'm not a scientist, but if I were, that's probably something I would say. It sounds scientific, so. Alright, bring this around. Oi, oi, get out of there. Get out of there, squig or grot or gloom spite. You stay out of there, you. Alright, let's clean up a few of these edges. I gotta pour a little bit more paint here. Back to shaking. Shake weight. Man, I miss the old shake weight commercials. Golden era of daytime TV commercials. Up, splash paint all over myself, accidentally dip my hand in about 5 different colors of paint while I mix these up, and we're right back at it. Nothing's changed. Close enough. Alright. Nice that my technical difficulties with the audio have seemed to be working again. My whole audio, at the start of my stream, my whole audio set decided to just melt down for literally no reason. So that was fun. Took me 1 or 2 stream restarts and a bunch of fiddling to get it working again. And I just hope that it stays working. OBS, or not OBS, Streamlabs. Streamlabs is great. I like Streamlabs, but every once in a while, it just has like a total meltdown and settings get all screwed up, stuff stops working. I don't really know why. Forget your layout, stuff like that. The whole thing is weird. Other than the occasional meltdown, fairly reliable software, I'll say. This is all basically good here on this wing. Do the outsides first and then the insides of this guy. Outside of wing A. Clean up a few of these edges. And then we're going to get back in there with the other colors. Very good. Okay. that even in the... That's not even in the camera. What am I doing? Let's move over a little bit. I'm like drifting. My chair is drifting, so I'm slowly drifting out of the camera. Damn chair drift. I just have like a wall that blocks my chair if I start to drift too far to the left. Work away out there. Slowly but surely get all these edges cleaned up. Hold my breath over here. Feeling about to pass out at my desk. All right. Okay. Whew. Thanks, dude. Yeah, they're getting pretty red right now. That is mostly due to, this is just a base coat. This is gonna be the glowing metal. So these parts are all going to be glowing metal. So I like to do a dark red base coat while I'm doing that. I still have more work to do on the flames a little bit, but I just figured I'd stop and do the base coating now before I finish the flames, because once I finish the flames, I don't want to be smearing red paint all over them by accident. Better to get it done just a little bit early. I always like to do base coats for like connecting parts, like before certain parts are finished, sort of thing. I like to do it in order, you know? Well, I'm hoping they'll look good. I'm also curious as to how they'll look in the end. I have like a rough idea of how I'm gonna paint these, but because I've done like glowing hammers and glowing weapons before, so I'm using the same sort of scheme, but it's always a bit of a crapshoot, you know? I don't know. You never know how these things are gonna turn out sometimes. Even I never know. Half the time I'm just making it up as I go along and hoping it works out. I'm hoping they'll look, let's see if I can get a good view of it here. The goal is to make it kind of like the glowing, like the wing slats will be like the glowing hammer on this guy, or like the glowing axe on this guy. That's gonna be the angle with each individual slat having like a glow towards the center. But yeah, I'm not sure. It's a lot of small individual parts that need to have like a glowing look on them, so we'll see. Thanks. Yeah, that one took a little while. That was one of, oh, not one of my first, but one of my first like big glowing metal pieces. I've done a lot of hammers, like my Annihilator's all, I've been working on the glowing metal look for a little, maybe a year or so now. But that was the first like like a big axe piece like that, yeah. First one of those I'd done. Just hoping it works out the same on these guys. In theory, the wing, each individual little bit of the wing is like, should be an easier part to paint than the whole axe, but there's also like the kind of like small, I don't know. It may be like too much detail if they're all glowing. I may need to work on like more of like cohesive glow look across all of the wing parts, but I'll find out as I start and may end up having to repaint it 4 times, which wouldn't really be ideal. Gotta do what you gotta do though. Oh, my playlist ended. Give me a second. Let me roll the music back real quick. Yeah, it may end up being too slow, but 1 second. Let me just roll this back. We'll see. TBD, TBD, TBD. I really need to just start painting more frequently. I've only been painting 3 days a week for most of this year. I was painting 7 days a week last year, but I was kind of getting burnt out on it by the end of the year, and just like this year, I've just been busy. Really burnt out on like a lot of things. Busy with work, and other stuff. So it's been hard to maintain the 7 days a week, like 2 to 3 hours a day painting schedule. That I was doing the year before, or last year. Last year and the year before, 2023, 2024, those were productive painting years. No, 1 second, I tabbed out of my OBS here. Let me tab back in. Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to go to the gym more frequently too this year. Again, I was going to the gym 5 days a week, then I started getting hurt again. God damn, dude. Getting old sucks. I used to work out 7 days a week, like hard, heavy, and you know, you get injured now and then, but not like now. Now I'm out for like 2 weeks doing physio, like all this stuff, stretching when I got hurt. Physical activities. Oh, that's brutal, man. God damn. That sucks. I'm still, my back is like mostly better now from blowing it out the other week, but I'm still not back to lifting weights. I'm on cardio only right now. So I feel you, dude. It sucks being held back by like some annoying injury. Oh hell yeah! You got some nice sable brushes. You got some of those. Some of those big dollar brushes, or what? Ooh, nice. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, I gotta trade in some of my old Magic cards. I think real hair, whatever they use for it. It could be sable. I've heard they use like wolf hair for brushes these days. I think they're having trouble with sable imports because of the whole Ukraine war thing. The sanctions. It's not actually like a sable, not a traditional sable that they make the sable hair brushes. It's called a Siberian weasel. And it comes from Russia, the fur. So I think the sanctions were screwing up American companies' ability to import them. Dude, I love trading stuff in and getting free stuff. Right on here. I always call that playing with Monopoly money, you know? Trade some stuff in, or my business. Sometimes you get like free credits with like advertising platforms and stuff, and it's like, oh hell yeah, we're playing with Monopoly money today. Just get around these edges, come back this way a little bit. Hell yeah. Dude, that never happened to me, man. I never had like a huge Magic collection. I played when I was in like college, and so it was like only like a year, but I had one card. It was like Karn Liberated. It was a first edition card, Karn Liberated in like Ravnica or whatever. Was it Ravnica? I can't even remember what set it was. I think it was, no, it wasn't Ravnica. I can't remember. It might have been Ravnica. Whenever the first edition Karn Liberated came out, That was worth like $80 for years. I was like, one of these days I'm gonna sell this car. And it's in like mint condition. I checked last year, and I guess it had gotten like a reprint or something. It was worth like $5. I was like, damn. That was my new Phyrexia. That's okay. Yeah. I was like, there's my retirement plan out the window right there. Gonna use that $80 card to cash it in one day. New Phyrexia, yeah. M11 or M10. I can't. No, it was M11. Was it M11? I think it was M11. That was the year that I was playing, and that was the core set. Then after that, I stopped, and I'd go back on like Magic Online now, like Magic Arena, MTG Arena now and then and play. Yeah, that's legit. My buddy who was like, not like pro, but he's like pretty competitive at Magic. God damn, he had like all these stupid Jace cards, Jace the Mind Sculptor. I could never beat him, dude, never. Back then, I know that card was really expensive back then. I'm sure it's probably still pretty good, but that was like $100, $150 card or something back then. He had 4 of them. I was always admiring his deck back then. Not fun to play against, but you know. Alright, I think that's all the base coats on those wings. Let me see. 1, 2. Those are good enough that I can start doing those. Probably on the next stream. But actually, no, I have to finish off all of the blends on the fire. This one is basically done. I may do a little more touching up on the blends, but the fire is basically done on this guy. I got the sort of the beige in there. The blends are all fairly smooth. Same with the underside. So this one I'm fairly happy with. This little spot needs a bit of work, but it's just rough because of the glue, the super glue, but I can smooth that over with enough paint. Alright, it is after 9. I think that's all I'm going to get done tonight. I lost a little bit of the stream to technical difficulties early on. Yeah, once you start getting these big things done, they come together pretty quick. It's like a very rapid change in appearance once stuff starts coming together. Once I do the white plates, then they'll really be like, oh wow, they'll be like totally different. I mean, not totally different, but the white plate highlighting is what, it adds a lot of like brightness to them. They end up looking like way brighter once the actual white is done. Because right now this looks white, but this is actually a gray. When you see it next to the real white, it ends up looking like very gray. It's always like funny how stark the contrast is between the white and the gray once you get started on it. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call it there for tonight, and I'll be back probably on Wednesday, I would say. I've been trying to get the Tuesday stream going again, but I just haven't been able to get 5 days a week consistently. So if I'm on, I'll be on. Otherwise, I'll definitely be on Wednesday. It was good chatting with you, dude. Have a good one. Yeah. Hope your painting goes well and everything. And if anyone else watching, hope you